set. I'm actually doing makeup tonight for a show. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm using the Twisted Crown Beauty. Hold on, where's the mirror thing? Does that read correctly? Here we go. Twisted Crown Beauty Primer. I'm gonna stick myself out. How are you guys doing today? I'll probably do some tarot after I get back from my show tonight. I don't think I've actually even done makeup on here. Still got my wig cap on, letting that sit and melt. Everybody does things differently. Just doing my eyebrows first. Hello. Obviously the phone is above me, so if I don't respond right away, that's why. I'm using an Inglow pencil for my eyebrows. You guys see what I'm doing? So I just kind of use my natural eyebrow shape. Say Jenny or Tanya. Hello. I can't see that far away. Oh, I'm down here. Tired of y'all saying that that's not me when I post myself in drag. Rude. Before you say anything to me, your eyebrows are sisters. Sometimes y'all be making cousins, and that's okay too, but they should look related. Alright, so that was my kohl pencil number 3 from Inglow. I'm using a MAC Bittersweet now. And that's because I'm wearing blonde hair, so I want a little pop. And I'm kind of just filling that into the middle a little. And then I'm going back with a MAC Current pencil. Just a little in the tails. Those little details don't really matter much unless you're in front of a camera. Okay. Plastic tray. concealer. This is a black Opal concealer I'm using. For those of you that are here and care. I just open it so I can get my brush in there. And my shape is a little wonky, you see. So we're going to take the concealer and we're using this little flat brush. The handle broke, but I only use this for eyebrows. And a little product on there. There we go. See, I'm cleaning it up. See how they got sharper? Okay, now one thing that I normally do that I didn't do is I set my eyebrows with the powder. I'm using this dark brown shade and this kind of burgundy shade, and a little tap in this darker brown. I don't know if you can see the little pops of red in there. Thank you. I'll go ahead and do this side too. When you set your brow, it helps for when you're cleaning it up. Okay. So now, let's come over here to the other side. Now, if you can do a steady singular stroke, do it. It cleans up so much better. It keeps your line much cleaner. Yeah, and if you want to reference this, I'll put it on my YouTube channel. It probably won't be on until tomorrow, sometime after my show. If I have time to upload it during my show, I'll get it uploaded. There is already 1 or 2 on my channel. You can look out to reference. Okay, okay. I think they look okay. So I got my eyebrows done. That was kind of quick. And I usually just take some little buffer brush. Just have this little buffer brush. And I just blend that concealer out. Away from your brow. Blend the concealer up. This should help to give you a more natural highlight. And you don't need a lot of concealer. You see, it's not just packed on there. Just a little. Please don't ask me where I got these brushes. This was like 3 years ago, and actually I think, now that I'm saying it, I got them at Target and they were on sale. Clearance, actually. Okay. How the brows looking? Okay. Nice and natural, full. Okay. Now, since I'm in the eye area, I'm still melting my cap in. I got it trimmed and cut mostly. Let's put some eyeshadow primer on, or I don't have a lighter one. Oh, let's use this one. So, this is a yellow corrector concealer, and I use this as more eyeshadow base. And I'm going to show you why I use this. I like the yellow because I can use lighter colors with it. Try to record my performance. I have somebody recorded. I don't see the brush I normally use, so let's use this paintbrush. Now I'm just stippling this onto my eye. Notice I'm leaving a space. Yep, I just totally dabbed that. I'll do this as easy as I can because I'll start doing it again. If you're following or taking notes, I'll get so okay. What's one side? tapping into my Twisted Crown Beauty palette. This is my makeup palette. You can get it on my website. So I'm using this color to go in my crease. Yes, I know I did not blend this out. I am doing drag, so I'm building this up. And I'm just kind of, this is an angled brush, if you don't know. I'm just, thank you guys for the shares and for being in here. Do to one side, you do to the other. Right? I have pretty easy fallout. I don't know if you guys can see the fallout. But visit my website. The link is in the bio if you like this palette. There's lashes, there's hair care products, there's wigs. I wish I could show you all of this stuff. Well, I can, but today's not the day since I'm getting ready. Okay. It's a little bit better for me. Okay. So, I've done that. Now, this is probably going to be a little bit different than what most people would do. I'm going to take a buffer brush. I actually have one that I like. I have this little pencil looking brush that I like to use. I'm going back to my Twisted Crown Beauty palette, and I'm just getting the tip with some of the black. Just the tip of the brush. I'm just patting it, if you see me, just patting. And then I'm just putting black in this corner. I'm kind of going along the bottom of mine. Yes, I know it looks crazy, but I'm going to clean that up. And then I'm just going to roll up, blend it up from where I stopped. I'm not going in a curve because I want to create that cat eye illusion, right? I want a little more black, so now as I'm coming, you see here it's kind of going straight. I'm going to create a curved angle. Straight and curved. Straight and curved. I have the smallest amount of black that I keep adding. And it's okay if this isn't, this lid is not going to be my final color, so it's okay if all of this isn't perfect. I'm going to do the same thing over here. I don't always do my makeup like this, so y'all are getting a very broken down, easy check. Once again, lining my cat eye. I kind of go about the angle that I want here. Straight and curved. And my brush is also slightly angled, so upward stroke. Upward, 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 upward. I'm pulling color from the same area so it blends. Add a little more. Sharpen that line here. Using just the tip of the brush, and I'm just going back and forth to kind of blend out this black and deepen it. Same thing on this side. See that? I've only used 2 colors. Well, 3 if you count the concealer color, but it's not perfect, not yet. I'll be using this Inglot Cream Eyeshadow 94. I'm going to use that to help cut my eye shape. So, there's that's the flat brush that I use. It's square. Already has some of the product on it, so it makes it a little bit easier. And because it's square, I'm able to hit and get a cleaner line. I'm doing like I've done before. I'm just where I started, I'm just pulling the product back into the shape that I want. I'm pulling it right into that black crease. And do the same thing on the other side. And your eye shape is whatever you feel suits you the best. Or you feel suits your eye the best. It's makeup, so you can change the shape of your eye. You can open it up. You can slant it more. You can round it more. Slope it up, slope it down. Once you understand your basics. Are slightly wonky, but that's okay. They look related. It's pretty much eyes. I'm going to do, using my angle eyeliner. And this is in black. Number 25. I probably can't see, I just wanted to over kind of that black and made it pop a little bit more. Just kind of place in the middle, bring down a little, pull out. And instead of applying more product, I just come underneath for the lashes. And I know everybody's techniques are different. This is what works for me after playing in makeup since 2006. Probably before that, but okay. And I did start with the primer, if you guys missed that. I did put the Twisted Crown Beauty Primer. That's on my website too, all over my face. And that was eyes. So for this part, I'm going to take off my wig holder. This is already melted and trimmed on. And let me find the right colors, because I haven't done my makeup in a while. I know it's my contour. It's orange. This is Krylon Makeup's 9W. And we're going to fill my face. Okay. I use this shade because I'm doing stage makeup and I tend to darken everything around me. As far as when I get to doing my, well, that's lifting already. As far as when I get to doing my features and cutting my cheeks, etc. Okay. Now once again, I'm stippling because I like to spread the product, not smear it, and it also gives me a better sense of where the product is actually sticking. now it's the cleaning up lines, etc. Okay, so I got my foundation laid, and next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my contour. Okay, so for my contour, I'm using a much darker shade. I'm still using a Krylon TV paint stick. That's my highlight. This one is V23. She dark. I like to. So I'm gonna use this one. So I put some for my cheek, my nose, forehead, underneath, okay, cap on that, and I take the same, and I use the bottom of it, and we just buff that. Buff that in. I'm just going back and forth along that line, and then if you want to curve, then you just curve into your cheekbone. This is the old trick that a lot of people like to use, make a fish face. You don't really know the shape that you're going for, and that'll help, okay? Okay. It's mostly all our contouring. I look a little faint in this light, so I am going to use the bottom and just brush a little on to the bottom. Hey, how long have you been doing makeup? I've been doing makeup since maybe 2000, the end of 2005, so let's just go with 2006. I am a licensed cosmetologist. But I've been doing makeup and wigs longer than I've been licensed, if you want to know. Does that answer your question? So, like I think I say in my first song, been in the game since '06, still making these If you didn't know I have music, check me out on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, wherever you stream music, stream, YouTube. Okay. And because I like my jawline, I want to make that pop, so I'm just blending that down. I have to rely on YouTube for my makeup, so I can use tutorials that don't do makeup. I have a couple on my YouTube channel, so check them out. I'm going to upload this to my YouTube channel. I am live to be helpful. Knowledge is power, and if I can enlighten or answer your questions. Okay. So you see, I used that lighter shade and then I darkened where I wanted to contour. This doesn't always work. You got to find your own chemistry or what works best for you. This is a bit of art chemistry, balancing time and field, etc. Okay. Next, I'm using for my highlight. It's Krylon TV stick. It's FS33 or 38, and I just like to pull this across my sponge. I feel like I have better control for this one and for how I highlight. Sometimes I just draw it on and go back in and blend it in, but I'm trying to show you guys. So, building up. A lot of people talk about building up, and that's just what I've been doing. You put a little on and you add more and more. I shrink my nose a bit, not because I'm ashamed of it, but my character, she's very pinched. She's very together. Once again, I'm stippling. Guys, see the highlighted side versus the unhighlighted side. I mean, some people would have been fine with this side and just put a little powder on and call it a day. But we like high glamour, so we're gonna give high glamour. I'm gonna show you now what I normally do. Do this that way. See how it sharpens the line that I have there? Same thing, and it's not a lot. And I just stipple. Remember, this point is closest to my eye water line. And that helps me to control how far out. You don't have to use this egg blender. You can use makeup sponges, wedges. It's just whatever works best for you. I want to get back into doing more YouTube tutorials, and I haven't done them in a little while just because of moving and life and whatnot. But I was doing makeup 101s just to kind of help people, because everybody's a little bit different. This is my UT zone. Pretty much just your bigger. I'm just making all of this popcorn. And this is angled. That point is not. Hey Philly Mama, how are you? And the tip of this is not hitting my head, only the ball portion. So I have a little bit more control in the shaping piece. And you don't want to go too much further out from the bridge. For from your eyebrow bridge. And if you go too far, you have your contour color. You get the bottom. Well, yeah, we're here. You know, makeup is very much something that is easy to do. As far as the male, it just depends on shaping. If you want to re-feminize your face, or you want to go for an androgynous look. Yeah, license, or if you know a male entertainer. And actually, I haven't looked at it, but I think Michael J. Valentine just posted a male makeup tutorial. It was only briefly on earlier. Yes, I like my black nose. Okay. When you say Japanese style, do you mean like a Harajuku type look, or do you mean more like a anime look? Because that matters too. And a lot of it comes down to hair choices. So we highlight here, and I highlight here. Remember, I'm feminizing my face, so. And these matter too in male shapings. You either want to make your jawbone look larger, etc. Okay. And anime looks, there's so many different ways you can go with that. Which is the joy of it, because you can look very cartoony, you can look supernatural if you want to. We'll have to get into that. I haven't done something like that in a while, so that could be a fun play day. Okay, so this is Heavenly Highlights from Tanisha Iman. I use that mixed with my own little bit here. So basically what we're going to do is bake a lot. And as you see, I'm just kind of patting the powder on. I like doing my highlight first because I can change the shape of the rest with my base color. It's been so long since I've done makeup, my skin is like drinking this makeup. I have a picture. I want to go based up. Like I said, if we get you to understand the basics, then it shouldn't really be complicated. It just really comes into practice. It's like sewing or anything else. Understanding the shapes and your highlights and contours. And with makeup, the biggest thing is your highlight and contours when feminizing or masculine, making your face more masculine. And this is just a Zuri powder. Black girls know this well. Zuri Black Opal mix. It's just a little early because I'm always weary of makeup mishaps. If you have Instagram, I don't think you can inbox me a picture on here, but if you go to my Instagram, you can inbox me a picture and I can see if I can help you. Or at least give you some basic pointers or point you in the right direction of where to go. You can go now or later. I probably won't get to it until after my show. Okay. Hey, Dr. T. Yay and ear? Okay. Yeah, just make sure you say, hey, I was talking to you. I can't see your username. Well, I can see it, but just say, hey, I was talking to you about the anime look. Okay. Back to pretty much a blank palette, right? So I'm going back to my Twisted Crown Beauty palette. I'm going to use this brick color. I'm going through the makeup products. You basically need to have a foundation, something that you can highlight and contour with, powders, and some colors. Like, this is a nice palette because it's pretty much a basic look of colors that I've used since I've been doing drag, and I just wanted to create something something useful that any and everybody could use. Once again, I'm using a kind of fluffy brush. It's not overly fluffy, and I'm just dabbing the color on. I'm not worried about it blowing off, and I'm just sweeping the cheek. Kind of going along where we already went. Most people tell you to go up. I like to go back and forth because it helps with the blending and it helps remove any excess lines here. It's what I do. Know my face shape. This is contouring. I like to use the same color in my temple areas because it gives it a little more pop. And I did design this palette in mind with knowledge that I've learned from like working with lots of different entertainers, black drag queens, white drag queens, Latinx drag queens, male entertainers. This isn't just like, oh, like anybody can use this palette. And I wanted a couple bold colors in it for like fun looks, like anime, club kid, you know, out of the box drag, not just glamour. And these are just I'm just going over all the areas I contoured with. I have the foundation and concealer right now. Okay. Contouring and highlighting, you can do a bunch of different things. You can use cream sticks like I've been using. You can use powder, so eyeshadows work as well. But it's experimenting. And don't be ashamed if you have to go to like Dollar General, the Dollar Tree, especially if you're just starting as a hobby. Look at clearance. I have all kinds of makeup. I have clearance makeup from random places that I'm at in my kit. Don't limit yourself to brands. As you get more into it, or you feel that you're going to invest more into doing your makeup, or you're going to take cosplaying or the character you're creating to another level, then that's when you want to look into a little bit better quality products based on what you're doing. Now, I know some people, look him up on Instagram, Kurtfowl, Kurtfowl. He uses paint a lot of times to do his looks. So that's just an example. That's just one example, like off the top of my head, you know. Okay. Yeah, you can send me some pictures if you want. Okay. See, I went just pretty much along everywhere that I've contoured with this brighter burgundy color here, and it's giving me more of a pop. Now, I have to look in a different palette, because one thing I don't have in this palette is the dark brown. So this is just another palette. I hope there's one in there. Yeah. This is just another palette. This palette is probably the first actual palette that I had, aside from a BH Cosmetics palette, which I think everybody started with one of those. I'm using that same brush, and I'm going into the brown, and I'm just going to, because I want to deepen my cuts a little bit more, I'm going to focus more in the back side. I don't want to pull it all into my cheeks. Just kind of want to hit a spot and kind of blend the black in. You don't want to erase your burgundy pop, so it's going to add to your glow. Notice I didn't bring the brown up here. Now, I'm keeping underneath where I made it heavy and just bringing it down. I'm going to show you why. My contour does go out that much, but and also I'm kind of rounding this end up as I go. Okay? I'm going back to the brush that I used for my eyebrow, or for my crease. I'm dipping that in the brown. I'm opening my Twisted Crown Beauty palette, and I'm going back to this burgundy brick color here. A little bit more brown, that's just how I blend it. And I'm just going along the bridge of my nose. Angling and coming up from the bottom, just kind of blend into my brow. Let's put the color into my brow to help open that area a little. Not too much. A little blend there, a little blend there. Yeah, we like the transformation so far. Alright, here's the fun part. Here's one of the things that people always try to understand when I do. Okay, I'm going to put some more powder on. Let me look in the mirror because I don't want to go still. I'm doing drag, remember, so I want this to last. Yes, I did not blend this out. I'm gonna take one of them. I like the NYX Setting Spray and this LA Girl. This is like anywhere from $3.99 to $5.99. I didn't blend this out, right? We're still baking. So what I'm gonna do to help lock some of this in, setting spray. I know I'm gonna get hot later once I get my hair on and my boobs and all that other stuff. So I want to kind of set some of this in, and especially if you're going anywhere with a lot of lighting, it's okay to set it in. It's going to help hold a lot of the color. So my face feels wet, so you got to wait, let it feel dry a bit. We check the time, okay? So I talked about shaping earlier. Okay. So this is the corner of my mouth here, and I see underneath. It's gonna pop. Well, you're gonna see it under better when I get it done. You already see the apple, how the apples in my cheek are popping. Just color. I haven't even touched them. So this is called cutting your cheek. I'm cutting my cheek. And I'm kind of slowly curving up, if you see. Slowly curving, not a drastic curve, but a slow curve. And that's my base color powder. I'm just patting it on. See? Okay, I'm going to do this side. It's easy to start in a straight line so you get your point. I'm just curving slightly. Curve up to just above my ear hole opening, okay? Everybody's face is different. Like I said, it depends on the shape you're going for. I know I look a little crazy, but it'll pay off in a second. I don't think I need any more highlight. So, the fun part of this now is filling in the color. So I'm going to use a little of this coral looking color on this pink for my blush, for my cheekbones. So, I like to smile. I'm barely even lifting. You see the apples? So I like to smile, and I hit the apple. And I brush backwards. Tap, tap, hit the apple and brush. Or brush upward in that upward curve motion. What you can't see is I put it down and I brush, and as I come back I'm slightly lifting it so I don't. I even do a little circular. All part of it, yeah. And everybody's process is slightly different to how they get to their final look. So don't let somebody else's process or progress deter you, okay? I want a little bit more pink in my cheek. So what I'm doing now is kind of like I'm going in a circular motion upwards, just to help kind of blend that in. And blend it up and in with the other colors. It's weird explaining this as you're doing it a little bit, but I got it. Okay. Now I'm back to this brush, what I did my contour colors with the brown and the black and the burgundy. I'm just tapping a little, like just a side on the black, not very much. So I'm gonna come here, and it's just the smallest amount of black just to help darken those corners. And what that does is help all of the work that you've done pop a little better. And if you feel you have too much, go back to one of your trusty original colors and blend some more. And you see how that line pops a little bit more? On a little angle, so I like my cheeks sharp, crisp line. Very baby doll, very okay. Let's see if I know where it is. Okay. Being a lady, I'm being a lady, lady. So, this is the Stella bronzer in bronze. I need to get a new one. And I'm also going to use a little of the MAC Justine Sky Iridescent. So these are the two bronzers that I'll be using on my face. So what I like about the Stella bronzer is you can build it up. I like to use this unicorn brush for my bronzer. So I like to kind of get a bit on here, and I build up my shine. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're just sitting there on the For You page or you're actually in here. Thank you. I'm going to just start and then tap. And then start and then tap. And I'm hitting the apple, where the apple of my cheek starts and where the highlight meets, and I'm just kind of going in that area. It's kind of like that in between. It gives it a little bit of blending, and it adds that natural, helps add more of a natural shine or pop. Let's see, I know my friends are going to give me like 10. I love a good theme makeup brush. Well, my palette is $40 US. I'm debating doing a sale again, so and then I have primer. But I think, I mean, if you want this palette, then cool. Yes, I would love the support. But I think if you're just starting, not to like push business away, but I think get something that's going to give you a little bit more variety until you like know what you want to work with. I mean, unless you just want to dive right in because you love the colors. And you see how that's built up. You see how my cheek pops, but it's not the whole cheek, it's from the apple up. Alright, so I've done the cheek, and I like to do the tip of my nose, because color like getting a good tutorial for me. And then I like to do in here a little bit. Just that helps diffuse some of the line. For sure. Yeah. And I tried to create everything to be affordable, but also it's me creating everything myself without any company and everything out of my pocket. So, I mean, as far as being a small business owner, it's part of the price we pay. Products end up being a little bit more expensive, but it's when you get your following and you build up that you can start lowering prices. Right. So, okay there. Move that cheek some more, okay. Now this is the part where we get into final touches. Oh, I didn't add any of this pink. So I'm not done with that. I said I was adding pink and I didn't. I'm really going just above the apple because I want to kind of give that a two-tone wet look. That's two bits there. And I do bring it down a little just so they blend, you know, without... Probably can't see the pink as much, but it's there. Could have used just the pink. Okay. So, now that I've thrown everything everywhere, here we go. So I haven't touched my eyes in a moment. I've done all this powder work. I am now going to clean up my eyes, and I just pull this out, and from my bottom line, I'm just pulling this straight up. You can use tape to get clean lines, you can have patience. It just depends on truly how much patience you have and how much practice you put in. I feel like I have a pretty steady hand. Or I've learned to be steady for this process, I should say. I'm just kind of filling in underneath and crisping up the lines. That's all I'm doing here. Because in drag, we like a good crispy line. Okay, for like eyeliner, would you recommend an eyeliner pencil or liquid eyeliner? I got both and I don't know which would be better. So that really comes down to preference because I used lip liner, eyebrow pencil, and eyeliner and my eyebrows. I've used, I would say start with the pencil just because you have a little bit more control, and when you feel more comfortable with the eyeliner brush, use that. I like the eyeliner brush and the liquid eyeliner because, I mean, it's already wet and I know that I'm going to go over it. And that's another thing you can do. Lay it out in either your eyeshadow or draw it on with the pencil, and then you can practice going over your shape with the liquid liner. But it really comes down to preference, to what you feel is easier to work with for yourself, or what you feel, yeah. Everything is preference. Try all the products, try all the things, come up with your own routine. I say this over and over and over. Okay, speaking of eyebrows, now that everything is pretty much set there, I'm gonna let that dry. This is a Brown Kiss mascara. I'm just brushing that a little through the center of my eyebrows. I'm not trying to brush the whole eyebrow, just the center. And it gives it a little bit of definition. Okay, so now I'm going to build my eyelashes. If I can find my eyelashes. So I don't have these currently listed on my site, but this is one of the lashes that I use. It's Broadway Lash 304. And then I build that on top of this is a little Ardell Wispy Lash. Those are the same. And then this is another lash that's a number 62. Actually, I may not use the 62. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna use. No, I'm not gonna use the 62. I'm just gonna use the 304 and this Ardell lash. So this is gonna be my underneath lash. Excuse me. When I say underneath, I'm gonna take this lash and I'm gonna angle it across these so that it gives me a fuller lash. I mean, and that could be a good place for you to start as being a makeup model and get you a little bit of more experience. Learning makeup, it can be very lucrative. Learning the feminine side as well as the masculine side. You know, if you have friends that are intrigued and supportive and would be a model, I say do it. Okay, so I just kind of, some of these lashes you have to trim. You have to trim the tips. And what I do is I kind of, I don't know if you can see how that's layered now. And I just kind of line the two up. See how that one kind of lifts up? The fuller side? And I mean, you can layer any kind of lashes you want, how you want. I've layered like 3 and 4 pairs of lashes on the top and 2 or 3 on the bottom. It makes it a lot easier when you have different faces that you can work on, because it gives you a little bit of variety. I have learned something that was told me in the beginning, nobody else is going to see your face or ever do your face like you. So once you're like confident in your skill, like you're always going to have certain things that you like in your makeup for yourself. Like I'm looking and this, I feel like this is such a basic face for me. But it's my face. Yeah, makeup gets everywhere. Okay, so before I put my lashes or do my mascara, more setting spray. I'm a sweater. I hate it. But setting spray. Setting spray and primer help. They have more setting sprays. This is actually my favorite, this Infallible L'Oreal. I'm like almost out of it. I gotta get another one. It's a makeup extender, so it helps. And while that's sitting, I normally have done my lashes, but I'm gonna wait a second. I'll put some glitter on. I normally use a gold. I'm gonna show you what glitters I'm using because I'm working on custom mixes for my sides. Yes. I actually don't even know if I have makeup wipes for when I get home and get out of this, but it's okay because I'm gonna take a long shower and clear my face. I don't even remember what colors I packed, and I think I'm wearing red. I'm gonna wear my Ivy Park jumpsuit. I, for the love of me, cannot get this color out. $8.49. I'm still doing good. Okay. There's my mirror. This is just a gold glitter mix. There's some, I won't tell you what it's in it because I want to put it on my site. But it's a gold glitter mix that I made. And I just kind of tap that on. I'm just using my finger because it kind of, the oils help it to stick a little bit, and the setting spray was still a little wet, and it also helps to spread it out. Now, it is 8:50. I still have to put on my padding and my wig, and yes, that's glitter on the tip of my nose. And I really only use gold in my makeup. Gold isn't my favorite thing to wear. I like a lot of silver, and I guess that's why I'm very witchy. Okay, so you're in the same time zone. That's cool. You have to give me a second for that. Okay. I feel like my face is dry. I have glitter everywhere. So I'm going to take this is kind of a rounded blending brush. Going back to my Twisted Crown palette, I'm going to get a little pink. I'm going right underneath my eye. Pink is kind of my signature color if you haven't figured out yet. Very Sailor Moon of me. Barbie. Whatever else you want to call it. And I'm also going to go in my crease just to kind of soften that up a little. Give it a little pop. Yeah, I have lots of glitter. I can't say it's the only time I'll wear pink. I'll wear pink. I like pink. I don't mind the color pink. Excuse me. Okay. So I have lash glue, but I'm sticking with Old Faithful with the rest of the drag community. I'm using my bonded, oh well, this is actual eyelash bonding glue. This is eyelash across the top. Okay. I wear a bit of black and drag. I think every day I wear a lot of gray. But I do have quite a bit of colors as far as in my repertoire. And if I put the bottom lash on, I'm actually going to use this is Twisted Crown Beauty Lash. And don't fall out. It's my mermaid lash. I think I'm going to use it as a bottom lash. It's the mermaid lash on my website. If you see. Rubbing a thin amount on the lash line. This takes practice. It doesn't matter how many times I try to explain this. I think it's easy to show on purpose, but it's pretty much how to angle. Your tutorials that'll show you how to put your lashes on. But it really, once again, comes down to practice and how you like them to sit, blah, blah, blah. Yada, 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 yada. So I'm gonna try to look at the camera or stay camera oriented. I don't think I can do it. I normally would have put mascara on first, but sometimes my eye waters when I do it, so I'm gonna do this and see how I feel with it. This is dry, so I like to pick a corner. So the inner corner, I like to kind of get as close to my lash line as I can. Then I like to kind of slightly turn up the rest. So it helps to open my eye. When you open your eye, and yes, I did that with my fingers. I guess I'm one of those psychos that can do it with my finger. I don't need a fucking... Oh, I did so good with that person today. I don't need one of those fucking tools. That's how long I've been doing it. I don't know what all this bullshit of... You gotta have this, you don't need that. You just need to learn what you're doing. If you can't learn what you're doing, seek a professional. Yes, when you're licensed, they tell you not to use your fingers, blah, blah, blah. Why would you use Twilight Mist body spray? That's very lady, and that's horrible. I don't even use that. I wear Versace spray and drag. Rich bitch shit. Not even, or the illusion of, but yeah. I want to smell good, not like I just stepped out of Bath and Body Works or Victoria's Secret. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Once upon a time, because I was in budget and that's what I wore. But I don't think it wasn't that. It was even close to off-brand, or even most drag queens. Well, for my era, it was White Diamonds pageant era. That also was a scent my mom wore for church. Like, God. So I got over it quickly. My scent is definitely Versace. I still got it. I just popped them right on there without much struggle. Okay, now this is the fun part. Now that I have them on, you see this is still open, so I'm going to clean. That's okay, I just put my lashes on. Now I'm going to go back to my liner and I am going to clean up and kind of fill in. Now this is a step a lot of people forget just because they have lashes on. So, let's basically dry, and I just want to and I'm mostly using the tip of the liner. Once again, practice for the shaping. Now that I'm doing this and seeing that I haven't done makeup on myself in like 2 years, thank you for all my previous mentors and mentees and people that are giving me tips along the way. Definitely like riding a bicycle. No, not on my end. You didn't miss much. Alright. So I am just taking this is a Ruby Kiss Super Mascara. And I'm just going zigzag like it tells you underneath. I mostly fill in along the length of that false lash. I'm trying to be doing all this other shit. Here I go again. Okay. And for my lip shape, good old faithful. This is a MAC Night Moth pencil. It's like a deep plum. 905. Okay. I'm not overdrawing my lips. Sometimes I do, but we'll see what I'm thinking. Just tracing along my natural Cupid's bow. That's what it's called. Just kind of fill in the bottom of my lip line. Same thing. I have full lips, so you have a pout. Oh, that's good to have supportive family members. I think the most makeup I wore as a teenager was eyeliner. And even then, I was like, meh. But now look at me. Full-blown cross-dresser for Christ. So what I'm pulling on now basically helps my wig stay on. It just velcros on. And I use this because sometimes I make human hair wigs and I tend to wear those too. Drag me. Oh look, it looks like a lady. Oh, that's cool. I didn't have makeup classes outside of theater in high school. Well, I guess I could have done OJT. Just gonna make that since she's strong now. She's going to be 30 this year. That's awesome. So this is a little bit of a closer look of my makeup. So I am going to take a contour brush and just kind of underneath, just because I know it's not, but as you see, my Adam's apple pretty much disappears. Oh, that's cool. I mean, yeah. If you can get into cosmetology or hairdressing at a young age and they'll get you set up with the job, you have so many opportunities. And makeup, like makeup branches into special effects, it goes into drag, you go into theater, you go into, so you can work in a salon, you can work for yourself. Now look, y'all quit, ladies, when y'all see my makeup post and me looking busted, or me not all done up, because I know this is what y'all want to see. Don't be hating. I want to relax and have no makeup on just like y'all. But this is the makeup. Let me know what you guys think. I think I look pretty good, pretty on point, pretty ladylike. No, yes. Yeah, I wish I would have had more of the opportunity to get into makeup at a younger age, though. But I'm also happy that I didn't, because I've been able to learn from so many different people from different backgrounds and like different techniques that I didn't learn in hair school, which has been cool. I do not have on bottom lashes. I don't know if I really want to put them on. I don't think I need them. Yeah, and there's like, when you find the right group of people, with makeup, I'm gonna go under my cheek again just because I'm that person. And look, one side is already like, See, that's the cut that I like on my cheek. So let me do this side. Yes, this is true, and the best way to help your skin stay beautiful is taking care of it, drinking water, getting sun, etc. Clean up some of this mess. These are the two lips I'll have with me tonight. They're both Smashbox. The red is Bad Apple. The bottom is Pink Drink, but I will also have my Twisted Crown Beauty, which is basically almost the same things. Glosses. Let's have more color options. Okay. Same. I've never really had it either. Don't get me wrong. I have blemishes and whatnot in my skin. I have textured skin, which is a thing. But I don't know. You've watched me transform. I don't really do anything special. Primers help. Moisturizers do help. And regularly cleansing and steaming your skin helps. Drink lots of water. I know it's always embedded. It's not a trick, but if you want healthy, clear skin, drink water, don't do drugs. It's hard for me to tell people when you get of age or whatever not to drink because that's your thing. But limiting the amount of alcohol intake helps definitely with your skin. I'm all for a glass of red wine or a bottle of red wine, but it's in moderation. Moderation. I'm trying to see. Is this mine? It's not. It's this one. I am trying to put together my little bag of what I'm taking with me to the show for touch-ups. Thank you. Okay, this is a closer look. And thank you, Dr. T. I'm going to do a final seal of setting spray. I didn't fill my lips in because every time I fill my lips in before I get to wherever, I get the lipstick everywhere or the lip gloss, and then if I'm wearing the blonde hair that I'm gonna wear, then it gets caught in and I have this awkward stain in my hair and it's horrible. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. I am going to use the toilet and finish getting ready. I will do some kind of fun little TikTok thing and post my final look so you guys can see, okay? And I will do pop-up tarot, but it won't be until probably like 1 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard. So look out for that. Are you coming in here, buddy? You gonna say hi? Come here. Come here. I guess not. Okay. All right, thank you for tuning in. Are you coming to say hi? Oh, here we go. Look at there. Oh, you're gonna take my makeup away, yeah? Say hi. Okay, you wanna come here? Yeah. He hasn't seen me in makeup in a while. You hungry? Ready for dinner? Need to potty? Okay, I'm coming. Alrighty, that's my cue to go. Alright guys, thank you. This will be on my YouTube channel. I'm out.